I just came across a video of a man spitting facts about how to be a grown ass adult while also protesting what the government is doing. So let's start with that video and let's see how he understands the rule of law, how he understands how things get changed in America. And then we're going to look at the Renee Good video and see the difference. So let's start with, is it Osmond Gold reacts to this video, but he just lets him speak. And it's just, the man's been protesting for 35 years successfully. So let's learn something from him. Okay, oh, let me start back at the beginning. Spitting facts.
Don't take this personally, but everybody just shut the fuck up. Every single hot button issue that comes up, everybody becomes an expert on. What happened in Minnesota, this woman who is now dead, sadly, she leaves a child and a wife.
I think multiple kids.
And it shouldn't have happened.
Shouldn't happen.
I have a right to comment on this more than 99.9% of all of you. So listen to what I'm fucking saying here.
You can tell just by his accent that he's right.
Why? Because I am the protester. For 35 years, this is what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Thousands of protests, dozens upon dozens of arrests. And the reason I am still here, or I don't have stitches from a fucking billy club, or I don't have marks from a taser, is right here in this image. Every single time that I have been arrested, you will notice my hands I place behind my back, as I am told when I get arrested.
Wow. Groundbreaking stuff here. Whoa, wait a minute, whoa.
He's going to explain here in a second why. Because he understands who he's having the argument with. He is not having the argument with police. He's not. And he understands this as a grown-ass adult.
You can't just spurg out and start screaming? Whoa, what?
I do not resist. I do not spit. I do not curse or be aggressive towards the authorities who are there to arrest me.
Keep in mind that this is the majority of conscientious protesters.
Right. I mean, the other guy that was killed, not Renee Good, I don't remember his name, but he had a gun. He was already on video attacking a different ICE car. Not this guy. Not a grown-ass adult who doesn't agree with the government. So then he understands the rule of law and how our system operates to create change.
These bad actor SSRI Karens are a minority. This is what most people do.
Because when we protest, we step over a line that is there, and that line happens to be called the fucking law. And thank God in this country, we can step over that line sometimes. But we have to understand that we are now in a different zone.
Yep.
Because that cop over there, I think his kid's got leukemia. That cop over there, I know, was in a bank robbery last night with thugs and he got shot at. And he's back out in the street, but he's all high tension.
John,
and these
protest?
fuckers have guns, batons, and tasers. We have a system in this country. It's called a court of fucking law. And
That's
whether
right.
I'm wrong or right,
You
in
settle
the
it in the court.
situation. Officer, I didn't do anything wrong. Put your hands behind your back. Yes, sir. And I will take that up with the judge and prove my innocence. I do not bring the courtroom right there at that high tension fucking moment.
Right. And that's what everyone is doing. Let's all watch the Renee Good video. And in that 1 second, why didn't he make 5 different decisions? You're bringing the courtroom to the incident as opposed to the courtroom. We have a process. It works. We're highly successful. Let's all abide by the rule of law. And we'll get into a second about why these women do this. Why women are being tasked to confront law enforcement that's armed and lethal. Women.
Fucking obviously. Bro's full of himself? Yeah, but he's right.
Do you get what I'm saying, people? This woman would still be alive.
And he's
I don't
alive.
think she was the kind of woman that would have done what she did, which was resist and be aggressive towards the
Well, that apparently wasn't true, but,
the authorities,
try to have good thinking.
as you see in the video, and you
Yeah.
can all fight about that. But let's get to
Sure.
the base here. The base is the wife is probably looking to sue Trump or the police or the ICE or this or
Yep.
that. She needs to look at the Democrat, liberal politicians, community activists, and the fucking douchebag, motherfucking self-loathing, divisive cocksuckers in the liberal fucking media that tell her and those like her to resist arrest and be aggressively violent towards any authority.
Yeah.
The man's got a voice. The man has a voice, and I'm grateful for it. And I learned from that man, and thank you very much. Not all protesters are being paid. This is not his job. Wow. Okay. Oh, that was helpful for me to kind of reset. But let's now take a look at the Renee Good video. Now that we understand how someone with 35 years of successfully protesting, who's obviously not in jail, who's not, hasn't been clubbed, hasn't been shot, hasn't been tasered, who understands the process, how to go about it for real change. Okay? In order to create real change, we have a voting system. We have a way to elect officials who make decisions on laws. That's how we put in our vote as a grown-ass adult. But what a grown-ass mother does not do is plan to intervene in an ICE operation with lethal force and not expect to be killed when she has a child at home who's already lost her biological father. She or he, I don't remember. Her child has already lost a biological father, and she makes the decision to disrupt law enforcement aggressively, violently, over a period of hours, taunting them. And then we all wonder, is she used lethal force with her car, why she got shot? She had just dehumanized herself so much that, okay, you're not acting normal. Okay, you're out. Law enforcement was threatened. He had internal bleeding. Okay, let's look at, why is this going live? Okay, let's look at this other video of Renee Good because it's very upsetting for me. I mean, her wife said, drive, baby, drive, and then she hit the police officer, got her shot. I don't see the wife's been arrested. Okay, let me make this bigger and we'll take a peek here.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad.
So she has her car parked in the street goes this way, it's parked this way to block ICE. That's why ICE had to stop their car, get out, and they were trying to arrest her to get her out of her car. And she's the one saying it's fine? She's not in charge. But what the liberal media has done, what democratic socialism does, what communism does, is it prioritizes the movement over the individual, over the family. Why in the world would a healthy family send women out to confront law enforcement as if they're going to come home not in a body bag? I mean, how does that logical at all? But again, it's not logical. They're acting from a wound. They're acting from mental illness. All these women have an authority wound. So they confront authority because they haven't healed from their childhood. And they project it onto all men. And the liberal media fuels this devouring father wound. I mean, huge fuels it.
I'm not mad. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine.
Like, she's making them equal. Like, she has an equal right to confront and impede law enforcement. She doesn't know the rule of law. I mean, there's a reason no one invades America because we all have guns. Think the founding fathers maybe knew something about Europe that people weren't allowed to have guns and there was no freedom of speech, which we're seeing now, and then what happened? They were smart men. They understood things.
U.S. citizen, former. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy.
You want to come at us? You want to come at, get your lunch? I mean, like, is that resolving the problem? Because you have two women, right? They're married, right? And ICE is there to get out the illegal immigrants, the rapists, the murderers, the child traffickers. I mean, there's a reason that the murder rate in 2025, the drop of like 25% was the biggest drop in recorded history in America. Oh, maybe we got rid of the criminals and so crime went down. Maybe. But, liberal media doesn't report that because that doesn't support their narrative.
Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
It was her son's school that does social activism. We see so many videos of teachers taking kids out to confront ICE. Why is it a 5-year-old's job to protest against ICE? I'm a mother. I got 3 kids. See these behind me? My kids made those. And that's my mom. That's who I am. I'm a mother. But a mother's job isn't to go out and confront law enforcement and break the law and get herself killed so her child doesn't have a mother, has no biological parent left. That's 2 primal wounds. That's gnarly for a child. How are we protecting children? How are children being protected when mothers, give themselves the responsibility to confront law enforcement with lethal force, a car being lethal force? Like, we've lost our shit. And I think you can hear it in this video. I'm going to stop here. But the wife says, "Drive, baby, drive," right before she hit her car. So I see the wife is being complicit too, but I haven't seen her arrested. I hope the FBI is looking into that. I mean, this is a huge problem that we have so much childhood trauma and we're projecting it onto everybody, and then we're not understanding what's going on. But now that boundaries are being drawn, we're corralling it. We're Americans. They're not Americans, okay? So we're reestablishing the rule of law, of boundaries. And when people have boundaries around them, then they're forced to confront themselves. The only way I know how to stop someone from treating me poorly is for me to draw a healthy boundary and leave them in their own crap. And then when they're in their own crap is when they're forced to change. It's the only time someone changes. If they don't have to sit in their own crap and they just can project their crap onto everybody and get validated for it, and no one holds them accountable like these liberal women, then this is what we fucking get. Wonder why we have people screaming in the streets? They are not emotionally regulated. Why? Oh, they had a traumatic childhood and they're not healed. We wonder what happened when we took the mother out of the home and put her in the workforce. Oh, no one's at home doing the emotional work because emotional intimacy is where mental health is created and sustained. But as women, we were told to leave the center of the family with feminism. F that. And I'm not saying it wasn't necessary. It was necessary for us to see ourselves. It was necessary for me to call this out, for me to be able to go public and have the internet and have all this technology. Men did this. We needed everything that happened up until this point. It was all necessary. Was it all healthy? No. But the unhealthy will eventually draw out the healthy boundaries. People will see themselves, and that's how we cultivate change. Cultivating change in the middle of an intense situation with high emotions and it's lethal, that's not a good time to be discussing how to change the country. In a courtroom, when people are calm, they've done their research, they've come prepared. In Congress, in the White House, when you're voting, there's a lot of ways to change our country legally so people don't get killed. But when we bring in ideas like communism and socialism, what they do is they destroy the family. That's why daycare is so promoted. Free daycare, free daycare, free daycare. But we know now with all this daycare, we've done all the research. We know that daycare does not create a secure attachment to self in the children. 40 to 60% of kids, depending on the study, do not have a secure attachment to self. The same number is mirrored with adults. The adults are unhealthy, the children will be unhealthy. It's just how it is. Anyway, I had to make this video. I got to get off. I got to go make another podcast, but it just spoke to me. The guy was just, thank you for like saying you can protest and this is how you can do it legally. And he's been doing it for 35 years. Well done. Anyway, had to call it out. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for listening. All right, bye.